Hey, yo, what's up? It's your man, Lloyd Banks. You're now tuned in, locked in to hiphopwire.com. Yeah.
Okay, one of y'all ex-members, Buck, had some recent financial trouble. This is not even about him. My question is from a tax perspective. How have you been able to keep your stuff afloat, and what advice would you give to artists in general? Especially you got a lot of younger artists that's spending more than they really bringing in, and that money can be gone tomorrow.
For sure. I think that every artist, you make mistakes when you're coming into the game. Like I made my first $1 million like 20 years old, and I was too scared to touch it. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I didn't. And not only that, but who I am, like I said, I was always I eat humble pie every morning, so I really didn't have the temptation to go out there and live beyond my means, and being around somebody like 50 made it easier, because it's like, if you see him shine, I'm shining right with him, you feel me? I was smart enough to know that.
Right.
We from the hood, you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, if that's 50 car and I'm in it, they don't know, that's our car.
Right.
Or we pull up to the awards and me in the Phantom, we in the Phantom. You feel what I'm saying? So I go out and spend beyond my means. That's not appreciating your situation right now. You're in denial. So with that being said, I just always was able to stay in my own lane. When I bought my first house, I was maybe 21. Had apartments and things like that, condos. I bought a lot of cars. So bought a lot of jewelry. I made mistakes also, things that happened early on, but everybody has the right to. I was just smart enough to spend a quarter of what I had.
Okay.
And a lot of artists are spending the money as it comes. They're not counting in on Uncle Sam.
Okay.
They're not used to that. So you're spending $1 million, but you didn't make $1 million. You understand what I'm saying? So now you owe $300,000. Okay. And that's basically what happens a lot in music, man. And my advice to the new artists would be to live within your means. I know it feels good. Your first album come out and then you just feel on top of the world. You just hear you everywhere and you feel like it's going to be that way forever. But the fact of the matter is, sometimes you're not in control of that. This business is 95% business. So the talent, you would have to strike a match extremely big in order for you to break through the politics. You understand what I'm saying? So I wouldn't encourage an aspiring artist to jump into a business that they don't have no knowledge of. You know what I mean? If you got a chance to go to school, then you go to school. For business, whatever it is, get your stuff right. Don't just hop into a game and then regret it.
Okay. And just the general questions, what's the songs you got with 50 and M on the album? I know the album got so much more, but... Yeah,
the album, I got a song with 50 called P's and Q's, which is like the third track on the album. So our first track together since Cake. Okay. And I got a track with Eminem called Where I'm At, which is like crazy, man. It's basically it's speaking on that girl that just could get you, the one that just gets you to that point where where it's not healthy anymore. So that's kind of what the song is based off of, and it's crazy, man. Lyrically, it's to another level. I think they're gonna really appreciate that. I can't wait for them to hear it.
Okay. How did it come about with you working with Kanye, man? And what's up on that pipeline? What's that about?
Yeah, well, Kanye he put a tweet up on Twitter, saying that he felt I was underrated as an artist, and I should be in the top 5 of MCs, and which was dope. You know what I mean? All my dudes immediately hit me like, "Yo, son, bigging you up, boom, boom." So my people got in touch with his people, and he works in Manhattan a lot. So he's working in the city because he's putting out a record every Friday. So I was in the studio with Fab, laying our verse for Started Up, which is the record we got on. And after we finished with that, I walked over the record. I went to Kanye's studio and he played me what he had, and it was like a 32-bar verse, and he had Swiss on the chorus and Ryan Leslie. So I'm like, oh shit, it's about to pop. You know what I mean? And we made it work, and we added the New York radio within a week and a half, 2 weeks, and it's #1 record out there now, and it's growing out the pocket and all over. I'm on promo tour, so I'm able to see it. We actually did another record that night too, called Christian Dior Denim Flow, And it was me, Kanye, Pusha T, Brian Leslie, Kid Cudi, and John Legend. You know, so it was cool, man, to see a record just get built from scratch, literally. Like I came in the studio and Kanye was just like, he was throwing out different melodies over what he had, you know, the bass line, and then Kid Cudi playing the guitar, Ryan playing the keys, and then I go in there and do what I did with the verse. So it was cool to get both those records knocked out.
Okay. With all these top lists, you know, people say who should be on it. Where do you, as far as hip hop is right now today, as we sit here and speak, let's just stay in New York only.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think you rate?
In the top 10? Definitely top 5.
Okay.
I definitely put me in the top 5. I mean, for a lot of different reasons. You know, I'm one of the people that's gonna dictate which way this goes for New York hip hop. You know, in the next 5 years, and you know, not saying that you can't rap later on in your career, but the youth hip hop is youth driven. You know, when I go to these colleges and stuff, it's still kids run up on me 11, 12 years old. You know what I mean? So that's crazy to me. And with that being said, yeah, I mean, that's why another reason why I'm happy for Nicki. You know, even though she's gonna probably take my title, I'm the last #1 platinum debut album artist from New York City, and that was 2004. You know, so.
Okay.
Until somebody else can say that, I don't see how they can not put me in the top 10. You know, as far as all of the other list that's coming out, it's like I think they do the judging a little too early. You know, because if I'm honorable mention now before my album drop, and maybe my album is what pushes me over the edge. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't really pay too much attention with that. As long as I'm on the top 10 list in the hood, I'm good.
Okay. So just let the people know, man, about that new album and when to pick it up.
Oh, man, the new album, Hunger for More Part 2, HFM2, installs November 22nd. It's crazy. Like I said, Eminem's on the project, Kanye, Fab, Swiss, Ryan Leslie, Akon, Jeremiah, Lloyd, Joel Santana. I know I'm forgetting somebody. Raekwon, Styles P. It's wrapped up crazy, man. You know, from 1 to 13, and then it's 2 records bonus-wise on the iTunes. FYE is about 4 more bonus tracks. So, and I'm dropping a new record every Friday. So they can, you know, log on to thisis50.com. It'll be a new record up every Friday. And I'm in the street. I'm in a full promo tour right now, and then immediately following the promo tour, after the album drops, I'll be on tour and throughout December in Australia and a few places overseas, and then immediately following that, the new year, I'll be on a full, hopefully 50-city tour. I did over 300 shows in 2004 off the first album, Hunger for More. So I know what can be done, and hopefully I, have similar success with this new project.
Okay. Y'all make sure y'all cop that album, Hip Hop Wire. This is Ice Blue chilling with my man Lloyd Banks.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your man Lloyd Banks. You're now tuned in, locked in to hiphopwire.com. Yeah.